out there, YouTubers? I'm going to show you my quick down and dirty version of how to eliminate this charcoal canister or the C.A.R.B resource, California Air Resource Board EGR thing. This is causing you all your problems right here. I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get rid of it. I've already done it, but I'm going to kind of walk you through it. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to try to demonstrate this as best I can with no help. This is the canister. I don't know if you can see up here, there's two 8mm screws that hold this in. These guys, 8mm wrench, take those off. This would be wiggled in here. This hose here, come in from this side, you got to pull this out. The end of this hose here used to plug here into the air box. I'll show you that in a minute. This hose I have here is your vent for your fuel tank, okay? This went here. So basically the only air this engine was getting, which is why the air cleaner never got dirty, was whatever air it could suck out of here and through this little hole in the front, through this canister, into the air box. So I got rid of this. Some people take this hose and block it off, or they put a cap at the bottom of the tank here, which you probably can't see. What I did was I left the vent hose, took it from, it used to come underneath the air cleaner, I brought it around back, brought it up top, drilled a hole right up here, and I have it hooked up the way it is here, pointing out. And what that does is I stuck my finger up here in the tank under the case, got it right up here by the top of the fuel tank, drilled a hole here, and then I just put it in. I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. I got nobody to help me film this. Boom. Of course, I'm trying to do this at the same time. That just clicks in. Now I'll show you the modification I did to the air box. I'm trying to keep this quick. A lot of these videos on how to do this, they run them out for 10-15 minutes. Next thing you're going to want to do is take off your cover for your air cleaner. Everything's pretty tight in here. I just took a vacuum plug, plugged off that hole. I drilled some holes so this thing can actually breathe now. And basically, that's all there is to it. As I said, if you want to block this hose, you can put a bolt in it, or you can put a cap down at the bottom of the tank. If you do that, when you go to run this thing, you're going to have to crack the fuel tank open so it can get, the gasoline will get vented and it'll continue running. What I did by placing the hose way up here, there's no chance of any fuel coming out. The tank is still vented, it's out of the way, and it's behind everything. And it was just real easy. So drill some holes in this. This goes back in here. Put your little clamp on the bottom. Put your cap on. And that's all there is to it. And I've now run this thing for about 10 hours. And what used to happen before, when I would check the spark plug, when I pulled the plug out, I ran it, got rid of that factory torch spark plug, got rid of that, put an NGK plug in it. And when I would check the spark plug, it'd be black and full of soot. Since I've done this now with the 10 hours runtime I have on it, pull the plug out, the plug's nice and clean. It's tan on the insulator, no more soot. You don't smell all the fumes this thing used to have. When you shut it off, it would stink for hours. This canister was actually dripping oil and fuel when I took it off. Took it off about a week ago or so. And the biggest part of this, besides it running a whole lot better, and it doesn't stink, I keep these 2.5 gallon fuel tanks. And I used to have to time this when I was charging my solar batteries with this to shut it off at 4 hours, because 4 hours running at about 20 amps, maximum is 25, it would be damn near out of fuel. And it has a fuel tank that holds 2.6 gallons. So when I would fill it up at 4 hours, there used to be maybe down to this line, which would be a little over, almost, let me see, 4, 8, 9, almost way more than 9 quarts of fuel to fill it back up again. And now, since I've been doing it, it takes easily 1 quart less of fuel, maybe even more, because now when I'm done filling it up, the fuel is up to here. So it's 2 gallons, maybe less than 2 gallons, as opposed to 9 quarts it used to take. So 2.6 gallons would have been 10 quarts. So at least a quart or better less fuel each 4 hours I run this thing. That's huge, and it runs very smooth and no more sooty spark plug. And when you shut it off, it doesn't stink for hours anymore. It runs a whole lot better. So that's my little tip on that. Trying to keep it short and sweet. So I'm going to save this hose. This piece here is going in the trash. And this thing here has got about 906 hours on it now. And I think I took a picture of it when I did this. I think it was 800 and something. But it's been very worthwhile. And if you do it the way I just showed you to do this, this whole thing will take you about maybe 10-15 minutes tops. And you'll be very happy with your Predator generator. This is the second one I got. As seems to happen with these. The first one was defective. This one here, as I said, is over 2 years old and it's going on 1,000 hours. Not a problem. And since I removed this, made all the difference in the world. All right, so if you enjoyed that, if you helped it, give me a thumbs up. If you see something in my playlist, I got all kinds of stuff on this channel. Maybe subscribe, and if that helped you, I hope you can go outside and take your canister off of your Predator 3500 inverter, and you'll be much, much happier. All right, that's it. I'm out.